anonymity scares people. I mean, you see somebody walking down the street with a mask on, you don't know why. Generally, people are scared. You gotta go to Subway because I wear the mask at Subway all the time. Going to Subway with the mask on, and there's a little 3-year-old girl that's by the door, and she's staring at me. And then her older sister, who's like 7, walks up to me and goes, "Hi, I'm Anna. What's your name?" And I'm looking at her like, "Why are you saying hi?" And it's like shows like that fear. We put that into kids. Kids aren't born with that. So regardless of race, how you dress, kids just see a person walking through the door. Anything you do after that is what they'll process. But up until you say hi to them or whatever you say to them, it's like you're innocent until proven guilty, not the other way around.
Yeah, for the most part, you will never catch me by myself without my mask. If I'm on my bike, that's just that once upon a time was a thing, is no longer is. Also, Amazon.com, like all this stuff costs like under $20, which is dangerous because that means anybody who's not me can buy this. But what I do isn't really done in Connecticut, period. It's more of something you would expect in like a New York. You wouldn't expect this to happen in New Haven or like anywhere in Connecticut. The police departments in Connecticut in general aren't really prepared to deal with somebody that looks like a threat every single day of the week, but is not.
So we see how they just fly down with no dog or lights or sirens or anything. I did Spider-Man for like 2 weekends when Spider-Man 2 came out. That was fun.
You dressed up as Spider-Man?
Yeah, and it's the exact same thing. Response is totally different. Cops are high-fiving me. I got fire trucks pulling the horn.
Like I wear the mask and the ski mask under it. You can't, cops when they pull me over, they can't tell my race anymore. So they don't know how to react. It's like, it's not the department. It's like they're not, people don't know whether they should accept something immediately that they don't understand, or they don't know how to react to something they don't understand. And now the police isn't really, they're just not doing their job the way they're supposed to. It's more of being like a military state than it is of them being a part of the community. I'm looking for another job. I'm looking to try out for the police department. That's a secret. The cops know I'm trying, but the general public does not know I'm trying. My dad's been on the force for almost 20 years now. Yeah, he just got promoted to sergeant. Let's see, what am I looking for? Caption, T, is empty or full? Can't tell. It's complicated. I mean, you start, and whenever, especially growing up with a parent who's in law enforcement, or knowing law enforcement your whole life, you do, and you do what I do, you do have issues with police officers. However, having issue with police officers and having issues with people becomes a separate thing. So you start having issues with officers in general, but you don't mind being around certain people who just so happen to be officers, whether in uniform or not. They didn't know I was even related to a police officer for the first year and a half I was doing the mask. They didn't even realize they didn't realize until after a while I'll be at work and they like, yeah, you see the guy with the mask? I'm like, yeah, that's me. They're like, no way. I go in the back, go grab the boombox, come back out. They're like, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, it doesn't really play into it. At the end of the day, it's like, yeah, your family member may have a profession, but at the same time, you build your own reputation.
Alright. Yeah, I'm good. What you doing? About to go home? Alright, go. Oh, I know. That's why I got this. Just throw it at him. No, I'm about to go. I'm about to go to Tila house. I gotta go. Huh? I sure do. I sure do. Alright, here I go.
To a degree, you feel like a superhero. I'm not gonna lie. You just feel it. You're like, okay, I'm not who I am on a regular day. I can do what most people can't. I'm gonna just do what I do. Like you get on the road, you get on the road, you bike the way that I do. I don't smoke. I don't drink. Don't do drugs. Don't even take motion when I have a headache. So it's like, I don't want none of that stuff in my body. Try to eat organic when I can. That when I get on this bike, I don't want any of that hindered at any point. Bike with no hands, bike with one hand in the air, bike standing up, cruising down a hill, speeding uphill with the second person on the back of your bike, and you weaving in and out of traffic. I mean, to a degree, you start feeling invincible. And you're like, okay, I can do this. I can cut off traffic if an old lady's crossing the street and turn my bike sideways and shut down traffic on this street while she's finished crossing the street. You're different. You know you're different, and everybody's acknowledging and to a degree accepting that you're different, and they're okay with that too. They're not just saying, you need to stay on the right side, you go too fast, why don't you just get a car? It's like, oh my gosh, you can go 30 miles an hour up a hill. That's impressive. I mean, to a degree, firefighters, police officers, and the Army were all walking up to me last summer when I walked around the green trying to get me to join. Youth Day spawned from a youth organization that I did in middle school called the Youth Revolution. And that was a result of me being a part of my dad's organization in all before I was in public school, because I was homeschooled all the way up until 8th grade. It was like, at first it was, we're gonna do a rap group, we're gonna rap at the basketball game about how to be drug free. And by the time we got to graduation in June, we went from 4 kids in a group to 40 kids. Youth Day was designed to be able to take as many talents in the arts as possible and create a venue for kids to express those talents. And the entire program would be ran by youth. Every hour your kid is in our program, they're getting hours of community service towards their high school graduation. Also, there are a lot of scholarships that are out. We need Youth Day because, I mean, honestly, we don't have too many parades that's catered to just kids.
How does it tie together at all, or is it just 2 distinct things in your life?
I wish I could tie it together. I've been trying to connect them. I've been trying to get a crew of kids together to ride the bikes with me with masks on at night. I've been trying to get kids to hang out with me downtown the Green at night with them out on a regular basis and not so sporadically.
Now let's be mindful. It is illegal to ride on the sidewalk in New Haven.
If another kid my age or around my age decide to do the same exact thing that I'm doing, and they miss one small element, it can put them in a bad situation. Like, I know, if you ride down the street with a mask, you put yourself in a bad situation. If you ride down the street with a mask and playing music, you're okay.
However, for my sanity, we're about to break some laws. Fuck. There's too many cars. Going up. And this is basically a highway down Whitley Avenue once you get to the graveyard.
I mean, when people tell me why do you do what you do, I just tell them I do it just because. You have to ask the right question. I mean, ask me why I wear the mask, that's too simple.
The mask protects my face if I fall on my face or if the wind hits my face or the weather gets bad.
Well, that's like why, to me, when you ask why I wear the mask, that's asking why do you wear shoes? Keep your feet protected from when you walk outside. So you add Muslim, being black, living in a post 9/11 society. I've dealt with stereotypes being slapped on me my whole life, and for the most part, I've risen above many of them. So I mean, wearing the mask, it allows you to remove race out of the equation, and then understand that it's not just your race, it's not just your gender, it's not just your religion. It is, we don't understand. And we don't know if we want to.